Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo and this is Transport Fever 2. It's been a long time. I had to catch up a little bit, but I know exactly what we're going to do. And it's going to include these 4 cities today and probably something circle-like. We are clearly today in a situation where money is not really an objective anymore and everything is fine. We could go around and maximize our setups, and we have a lot of places where we could do something. For example, here we definitely have way too much sitting here, so we're just gonna go manage vehicles, but I don't want to concentrate on that today because you can also go a little scientific here. I think 800 units for two industries to send something out at max is about right, so that should be good. I don't want to overdo it. And we have a lot of people sitting around in certain places, like the inner city one here. It is pretty full. It's 2/3 full. You definitely deserve another one as well. And I could do this for the whole episode, but no. There is something way more fun waiting for us, which is these 4 cities: Harlow, South Petherton, Marlborough, and Presall. It should be Presale. Presale will be more better. But we have this one. Harlow and Marlborough is overloaded, and this is overloaded because it's using a tiny little rinky-dinky stop like this instead of a full. You can also flip this around. You can just go over here and that's fine, and then it's better. But yeah, it's completely overloaded and that's not very helpful. This should be a real station really, but no, let's make a train. A train would be much more fun, and if we do a train here, I think we should do something that is a big train and a big setup, and that will be good. I think there was a problem here. Yes, this line is transporting tools also into Marlborough, but because I told it in the line management to wait until full, nothing is really happening here, so I'm just going to turn that off. Just load if available, and then they should be able to get out of here and stop blocking each other, because that's just silly. Cool. Done fixing things for now. There will be more stuff to fix, don't worry, because what I'm going to do today is not going to go over lightly. So we want to go to South Petherton, Marlborough, Presall, and Harlow. Now, if you remember, I probably mentioned a few times that 3 is a good number of stations, because the person from the first station generally can make it to the last station. The person from the middle can make it to both sides. And overall, it's just a good setup like that, because if you have 4 stations, you end up with the person from the first station not being able to make it to the station, to the stop on the last station, because the train is already full in between. And that's not good. 3 is usually, if you've seen Inglourious Bastards, you know what I'm getting at here. It is true. It is totally true. Yes. So that's what I want to set up here. But I'm actually going to do it with 4 cities. Why would you do that? You just said the opposite, bballjo. Yes, but in a circle. If I have a circle going from Presall to Harlow to South Petherton to Marlborough, then from Presall, the furthest away with 4 stations in the circle, there we go, there's the camera, is 1, 2. Because Harlow is just 1 away because it's a circle. So with 4 stations, I can justify the 3-stop interval. And I think if you want to argue, you could also do that with 5, but that's more an oval-shaped thing, and we could do that with, no, that's more a horseshoe. Yeah, horseshoe. We could do Felixstowe, Harlow, Presall, Marlborough, South Petherton, but I like the circle better right here. And we already have to go over the river, so Felixstowe is really not that bad. And we could also technically connect these 4 together, and then we can connect these 3 together, or these. There's so much to connect here that we could actually do, but no, I want to concentrate on Marlborough, because that is the one that I tried when I muted myself, and I didn't get half of the episode, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. But things happen. Cool. The thing that I learned when I did this the first time is the contour lines will be a friend, because here the city itself, if we look at this road, is 44 meters high. Down here we can go down into the 20s. Okay, this is important, because if we go to Marlborough, the city is at 36 meters. Okay, Harlow, if we want to go over here, which is where we're going to go, is effectively at 0. There's nothing here, like barely 7, 8 meters high. 3 meters really in reality, so that's not very high. And then Presall obviously is also relatively low, which means currently Marlborough could be the highest unless we go all the way up to South Petherton. But there's one really ugliness that I want to show you really quick. Can you guess what's going to happen here? you want to guess? I don't want to guess. I want to show you. This. If we allow ourselves, let's just make it so that we can actually see a little bit of bridge. If we allow ourselves to actually go the tiny bit down, whoa, a little bit downhill that we have here, we have this aqueduct running right through the middle of everything, which technically works, but it's really ugly, and I think we can do a couple other things to make this better if I make Marlborough the highest part of the whole setup, which is my intention, and it shouldn't be that hard to do. And we're going to start on this side. 20 meters, sure. I will start right here, demolishing a couple buildings. We do have the money, it doesn't really matter anymore. We're just going to demolish a couple things, and when you do demolish buildings in this game, the houses come back relatively quickly. So don't sweat it too much when you do something like what I'm about to endeavor here. But we would like a building, and I would like that building to be 160 meters is probably fine. We do need 2 to connect to something, and then I'm just going to put you right here. We are covering a little bit of the cargo industries out here, but not a lot of the residential, which really just means we have to set up a couple bus lines. You know what? That is not really a problem. It is just a path to the solution, and that is totally fine. I'm going to leave this for now because I'm not sure what I want to do with you yet. And then, yeah, this one, effectively done. First station in, and good enough. The next one that I want is connect to Marlborough. Again, this one is the one that will be the highest up, which is not ideal, but I think we have a good opportunity to actually have a relatively nice rail connection, and to do that, I do have to take down a little bit of the city. I have played games where I gave myself a rule, which was you cannot delete city buildings. That is a lovely rule, but all that really does is force you to play... Why am I not doing the thing right? I would like high-speed rail, yes. All that really does is it forces you to make every city effectively look exactly the same, where you force yourself to have public transit inside the city everywhere. It's the same setup. So I much rather play a game where I make different choices for whatever we want to do, and in this case this is a different choice that we're making, where I'm just going to delete a little bit of city. I'm probably going a little overboard here, but it will be helpful down the road, and I don't mind some level crossings in here. I really don't. But before we do that, I'm not going to unpause the game. Let's put in another piece of rail here, and this one I think we can be less aggressive. We could put it in the center of town. The best place to put any like catchment radius building is always the center of town, although this town may be arguing against that because usually the city name or town name is the center of town, but obviously you can see it's really on the south central side of the city. You will cover a lot here, but if the city just keeps growing this way, yeah, you're not going to be in the center of town. We can obviously fill in the river here, but who wants to do that? That's just so wrong. So many reasons. So that's not what we're going to do. There's a stop here that wants to be removed. Okay, let's unremove that really quick. I think it was just a cargo stop. We're going to plop you on this side and we'll see what happens. There's a lot of food there and conmats here. I'm guessing there was a conmat delivery system. So that's something we have to fix. And we will. Don't worry. I just want to get in the other couple buildings here before we go too far down a different path. And yes, this is kind of where I wanted you, because now we have a really straight shot onto the river. But we also have a chance to get around this iron mine to get up to Marlborough. And this is the first time where we're going to put some track down. Am I talking too fast? Yeah. I have limited voice today, so I want to make sure that we get the most possible out of voice that we have available. And if you follow the community reports, you probably know what's been going on. And I very much encourage you to follow the community reports, because at the very least, I post schedule updates there when they do happen. I try not to make them the norm, because the schedule should be the norm and everything else should be the anti-norm. But when there are some schedule updates to post, I do usually throw them in there, just in case you're curious. So yeah, stop by there every once in a while. Sometimes I have some announcements, sometimes I have important things, and sometimes less important things. We're on the inside track here, buddy. Okay. But yeah, no, just inviting you. And obviously there's Patreon and there's YouTube membership if that's something you're inclined to and your wallet allows. I'm not going to stop you, but it's early access if that's something you want, but this is also fine. If you just want to join when things are happening, that's totally fine. This is annoying because it's not going up high enough. It feels like I cannot get exactly what I want. Okay. I have a couple feelings here. The first feeling is 94 bridge is just not going to cut it. I do want 140 ideally, which is this one. We can also use this high-speed rail, and honestly that high-speed rail looks pretty good. And we can go all the way up to, well, 180 effectively here, which I do not mind one bit. It is a little aqueducty for sure, but we can help that just a little bit. And with the new technology that we have available, we can actually click on this now and say embankment. And then we click on this and say still embankment. And then we have embankment here, and it's nice and tall and then goes over the bridge. And this one feels like a bridge height, but this one I would actually like to be a tunnel. No, leave it a bridge. Leave it a bridge. Okay, you convinced me. I'm glad you talked me into that. Seriously. Okay, so yeah, this one gets connected here, and as you can see, there are a couple ugly connections that I don't want this way, one of which is this corner piece. It was just a little wrong, and we don't want a little wrong. We can do a lot wrong, but a little wrong is just not in our options or in our caliber today. It does really well there, and then it does really bad with that bounce. I just don't want that bounce. I really don't, but I do want to keep this connection here. So how about we do this? Again, they rebuild relatively fast right after you're demolished something. So don't fret too much for the people that have lost a couple houses. They get compensated very kindly. Okay, I would like this connection back because this guy currently does not cover most of the conmats that we have, and this is clearly a conmats delivery route, which makes me think I should probably look at this building and see, well, we have some conmats there. If we move that stop over here, which we can very easily, we will cover most of the conmat deliveries, at least to the city, and that is a good thing. And then I can give myself an easy out with a quick jumpy over here. I mean, it was only 2 up. That's pretty good. It's not perfect because this one is a little is that autosave stopping me from doing something? No. Okay, so shift down down down. No, this is as much as I'm gonna get. If there are any other bridges, nope. Nope, there's a pillar. I don't want the pillar, and this one's just too low. So this is usually my go-to bridge, the girder bridge. That should be fine. Yep, everything is okay. The line that's over here does cross itself right there, which is not ideal. Guess what we're gonna do? Talk to you, talk to our buildings, go on the other side for delivery, and then it doesn't cross itself and just goes over that bridge that we just put in there. Beautiful. That should work just fine. I could do myself a favor and add another passenger building on this side and at least have the road continue up to that point so we get a little more catchment radius. We don't need a lot. Again, this is all going to be dependent on public transit. There's nothing around that, and this will give us a good start. Okay. Marlborough, South Petherton, because Harlow, I actually know exactly what we're going to do. And it's going to be different than what I usually do, but it will be great-ish, probably. I need to get rid of a couple things here, and I think I have to get rid of this one as well. And then we're just going to do the crowfly ones, because a crowfly is an excellent measurement for laying track in Transport Fever 2. If you didn't know that, you are not watching the correct channels. I encourage you to watch the other channels as well. So let's see here. Our problem is really this bridge, sadly, because I kind of like that bridge. I don't dislike that bridge. I don't want to do a tunnel underneath it, and I don't want to put an aqueduct or above it, because all of that is just silly. So yeah, so this is where we are. This one I'm not scared about. This one I'm not scared about, but something down here has to happen, and I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and get rid of this wonderful little piece of road that we will relay at some other point in time. Yes, we will. And then we go back to our track laying tool. We're going to use the inside track and run over here. So it is not unhappy about this, but I am unhappy about a couple things. For example, here it pulls the road so far down that we can now fit about 8 trucks underneath there, 9 trucks maybe even. Oh, if I do that, I wanted to take a picture of how ridiculous that looked, but it wouldn't let me. Very lame. So yeah, I don't want that, but I do think we have a pretty good opportunity to go underneath this road. Let's see, if I go down 1, no. If I go down 2, we are starting to tunnel here, but we don't have a tunnel right there. And then we still have this thing in the way. And I think this one, we can do a little bit of, we are a little flexible. This one, we're not as flexible as I would like it to be. But here's what we're going to start with. Let's get a little bit of terraforming in so we can have a slightly longer tunnel section right here. And I want it slightly longer because the tunnel entrances every once in a while just look a little funny and forced and all that stuff. So let's put that one in there. And let's see, we have about here is where our straight edge is going to be. Obviously, that's not going to work. Do page, no, not page down, period. Yeah, 1, 2, 2 down, not a tunnel. 3 down, that's a tunnel. This is what we want. And if it actually comes out on the other side, that is perfect because that's what we need. Now, you ideally go underneath the city for a little while, and then you come out. There's a tunnel or a bridge opportunity here that we should be able to use. So this one makes a little bit of a hump and a funny bridge look over there, and I do not like that. So instead, we're just going to redo this piece of road that I laid forever ago. It's just, all roads are temporary. You didn't know that. Even the Romans knew that. No, but yes. Okay, there's a tunnel, that looks good. Let's get ourselves a little bit of road, and I don't think it's that road. I would think it's this. No, it's a triple road. Okay, you get the triple road over here. I saw one that already worked, so I'm a little surprised that it's fighting me a little bit, but it may also just be an answer for this piece that you have right here is making it a little hard for the bridge to do the bridge thing. So let's take that one back, make this one round, make you pop over here and wheelie. Wheelie. Bridge pillar collision, excuse you. That's not what we want. There's a bridge. Okay. You could argue that this is not exactly what it was before, and you would be right. So let's just pretend that we have a new architect in town that's a civil engineer that does roads, and we're going to connect our roads like this with a thing over there, and it will be totally fine and perfect. At the same time, the thing is just a traffic light. At the same time, let's see if we can reconnect a couple of our city roads that we already had. Don't like that as much. I would rather have you go opposite. There we go. There's a total chance here that traffic is just going to back up. I don't care. that is part of the fun of fixing whatever we're breaking. So don't worry about what I'm doing wrong right now. Worry about what I can do right later. There is a wonderful little, like that felt like a City Skylines road that you're going to put in there. Don't love this one as much as I thought I did, so we're just going to take that out, especially that little piece of road right there, and let this happen, because this one has a more even keel connection, and if we really wanted to, we could move everything over, make this a straight connection in. Completely unnecessary at this point. Trust me. Configure. Large building does not fit there. Configure. Medium building does not get the tentacles. Semi building? Nope. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just do this. Put one building there, put one building here, and extend the road out just enough to get our tentacles in. There's one there, and then obviously one here, and then people can just figure out how to get there. Are you really going to fight me on this? Don't fight me on this, please. It is fighting you on this. This is an option. Don't really like it because it looks kind of cheap. Speaking of cheap, we have another option for this station thingy. Just make it smaller, and then you should have no problem getting a road piece in there with tentacles. Tentacles arrived. Beautiful. And now we have a station that covers most of the city, at least the residential part of the city already, which is super. Can we get this one through here in a reasonable way? No, we cannot. Can we get this one through here in a reasonable way? We could argue that that's more reasonable, but no, I don't actually want a lot of connections across town because I would like my public transit to handle that for you. But we'll just run a bus here and a bus here, and then they can take care of all the transfer and all that stuff. If traffic gets bad, that's something we can easily fix down the road. Don't feel like having to do that right now. Let's unpause here. No, don't unpause because something is clearly broken. This one is broken, yes, and this one is also broken. Yes, that is the road that I haven't put in yet, so we're not gonna unpause. Sorry about that. I tricked you. Haha. JK, as the kids say. My boy learned that. That's what he uses for everything he says. He doesn't understand what lying is. Gotta work on that. Okay. So for this one, I do feel that there's so much straight length of track here that it will be very easy to just elevate this piece of track past the station that sits over there. So I feel very good about just taking this one out for right now. Get a ideal connection for the passenger rail that's going to be here, and adjust the long distance track a little more than we have to. Can I do this? I think right there I can. Okay. We're going to put this in. Excuse me, where is it? There it is. We're going to put this in, but I only want the big red boy up until here. I could have just done this a different way too. And then have the embankment like we normally do right there. Very good. And then we have a nice little red bridge. The red bridge only goes to 180, so it's not a high-speed track. But I think we will be going more than fast enough for what we need. Also, having the little red bridge here gives us an opportunity to get the bridge that we had before just go underneath here. I'm not 100% sure that it's going to work. I'm never 100% sure if anything is going to work, so let's just try it out. If I do it just like so, it says, yeah. It's a little tight, but it doesn't seem to have a problem with anything, and the bridge pillars that we have here really don't feel like they're going to cause any type of issues, so I don't hate it. Again, it's a little tight, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a little all right as well, so I guess we're just going to take that one from here on out, and they can figure out where they have to go, how they need to go, and all that stuff. Double bridge. Woohoo! That was a lot easier than the first time around. Now, what's your problem here? Marlboro grain supply. Oh, yeah, we destroyed this one. Okay, undestroy it. On it, sir. Don't worry. Let's get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of black magic sprinkles, and we will have something here, I think. How many signals are you going to put on this? That's a silly question. Let's see what we can do here. This is just slow speed, so we can do that. I do think it's electrified, so we're going to leave it. And if we just go here and do 1, 2, simple wheelie will totally get us there. I love it. Because, yes, this is not going to be the bridge that we're going to use the whole way. I would love it if there was a way to just do partial bridge adjustments here, but I understand that it's not, which is why I'm much rather do this than the simple way. Okay, this is not quite the length that I had in mind. How about there? It goes way too far next to the like past the thing that actually has to go with. That feels good though. This should be fine. This should be fine. And yeah, it doesn't look ridiculous. No, it doesn't. Doesn't look at all ridiculous. How do I know that? Look at that. I mean, this looks perfect. This looks like it was always meant to be this way, and it should be more than enough ramp up for our cargo trains to actually get up here. Now let's look at the edges. There is a slight bump, and here's a pro tip. pro tip of the day. Husky's not doing it anymore, so I have to do it. You just take it away a little bit for where the bottom part of the rail was that you just had, and then you just put another piece in, and this piece will try to adjust more gradually. So still adjusting, but you can barely see that you're going uphill here, which is exactly what we were going for. Signals, yes, one way, absolutely. Let's do a couple here, a couple in front of the bridge, just in case they want to see that, and a couple after the bridge. And no, my signals are not optimized at this point at all, not even a little bit. They're simply just there, and that's all we're doing. Speaking of signals, time to move on. So what do we have going on over here? I really like that bridge there. Yeah, the road, the highway feels a little tight, but it's okay. Let's get connected to Harlow. And Harlow is our starting point. It's the core of our map right now. This is where we started. This is where we have most of the passengers already sitting there, and they would like to go wherever they want to go. And the city is potentially the largest we have? I don't know. We're at 825. Also, is 300 times 223 825? I don't know about that. Anyways, yes, this is going to be our place, which means we have a couple choices here. Choice A is to just cross over all the high-speed rail that goes through here. Okay. We also have a choice of readjusting the high-speed rail, that the high-speed stays on the outside and the rail that I'm building right now goes on the inside. But there's a third choice, which I don't deploy often because it has a very extremely slow approach, but it will work. I know that because I accidentally came across it and remembered that that is an option that we have, and I actually really liked it. So, sorry houses, you will have to be a little further away, and then I can show what I want to do. And what I want to do is pretty simple, actually. All we need is a couple tracks, obviously the high-speed tracks, because it looks better in this station. And we're going to build an asymmetric station. We don't want to go all the way out there. It's actually very important. How long are we now? We are 40, 80, 120, 160. That's the length of all the stations that we have on the line already. So that's the correct length for what we need. We're going to get a couple more buildings here, and because it's just a regional service, we're not going to get a roof or anything silly like that. If I can, I would like to put a large building here, and we can, so that's wonderful. If I can, then I would like to put a piece of road here that we can kind of connect to this, but yeah, you're trying to be bridge connected over there. That's not very helpful. No, let me come straight out here. There we go. And the game is like, you know what? Are you sure you want that? Because you don't even have tentacles here. I do not have tentacles there. That's correct. But this one, I can give myself some tentacles. This is just the back road to get a connection in here. Honestly, no. Don't even bother, because you need all this space. Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, this is going to work out so well. This side is not going to be very hard. We're going to do that first, because the other one is going to be the one where we have to fight with. Let's take the inside track again. Let's see what the crow flies does, so we know where we have to make some adjustments. And there you go. We could technically go all the way around here. We could continue on this track for a little. Ooh. I am semi-tempted at that, but no. Ooh. No, I don't like that. Why do I not like that? I don't like that because if I join onto this track just for a couple seconds and we're effectively building a really bad bottleneck, that's not going to be very easy to fix. Versus just doing this, there's not really a downside on getting out of here, and we can still do a crossover and all the other things in some places, but I just don't want to mix our trains right there, because that can cause a lot of slowdown, which is not what we want right now. Now this track, that one, a little more difficult, but I think we could elevate the whole thing and make it run there if we go relatively short to the thing. By the thing, I mean to the industry that's there, the coal mine or whatever it was. How's this look? This looks like you want a tunnel there. You want to effectively level across right here. Not really level. I think you can actually give me a bridge here. Ha! Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do at all. This is fine. Tunnel here, very short, cool, cheeky little tunnel. This one I don't love yet, but there's a piece of road here. This is just industrial road. We don't have to do anything with this. It's just take all of this away, make this an embankment, and then you will not regret anything. I think you're right. I think this is all we need to do. It is nice and circular because it's a circle road, obviously. That one is embankment now. This one just has to go up one tick, and if we go down 1, 1, 1, 1, I want to go as low as we can here. I'm just holding Shift M, so we are where we are now. This has to be a bridge. This obviously has to be a bridge, but the piece in the middle, like this piece, can just be an embankment, and we're relatively close to the ground already, so I feel good about that. Yes, that's good. This is already embankment. Purchase, thank you. And then we're just going to get a little bit money back from those. Put this one in here, make it an embankment. You are slightly colliding right there. You know what? Let's do it the right way. We're going to give myself a little bit of a... Actually, no. You're going to give yourself the exact length that you want, which is about there. Then you're going to take this one away. Then you're going to give yourself a little more length here, because now it's all aligned in the correct way. I wouldn't mind if this bridge just goes effectively here. Okay. Now you can take that away, and that one is kind of already aligning with the thing, but not quite. You see what I'm doing here, right? This shouldn't be news to everyone. I'm just trying to keep the slope that we had, and I'm trying to keep the angle of everything that we have, but making the bridges reasonably shorter so we don't just have bridges everywhere, because this is not Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you thought it was, that's fine. You please continue playing that way, because there's nothing wrong with a Roller Coaster Tycoon. But we are building a train track. Train tracks are not roller coasters, unless trains are out of control, and that's a whole different set of problems that I hope we don't have to get into here today. You go there, you go there. Okay, 3/4 of a circle is done. How much is left? Everyone that went to school? Now lock in your answer. Sure. It is one third is left, and that is this little circle here. And I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of the circle, this is almost turning into an oval, I don't hate it. A lot of the circle is semi-evenly spaced. I think this one will be the shortest piece, but we also have a relatively short piece here, which is also very good for everything that we're doing. And don't worry, this is just the iron ore mine, it's not the fuel refinery. I should just turn this on today. If we have some time, we will turn the fuel refinery on. But first things first, we're going to build on here. We don't have to upgrade, we just have to build the track. And we need a good idea of how we're going to get into this. And I know how I'm going to get into this, but I would like the game to also get on board with what I'm trying to do here, which is obviously not that way. Let's try it this way. Maybe it gives me the snapping point that I'm looking for. This is not the snapping point I'm looking for. That is the snapping point I'm looking for. Okay. So the game would like to turn right here really sharp, which is just not helpful or going to happen. So that's okay. But it gets us very close to where I want it. This road may or may not survive right away, but what I really would like is effectively go here, go semi-flat, because we can be underground. This is good. All of these placements so far are relatively good, because I do need the underground portion to get to this piece. Yes, this is good. This is very good. Don't snap to the road, snap to the rail. We're going to go this way, and we're not going to go down. We're actually going to go... Well, sorry, we're not going to go up. We're going to go down as much as we can, and then we're going to join up with this guy. Where's your collision? Yeah, no, we don't care about that part. I know that we can make a tunnel here. I am 100% certain of that. We just have to convince the game to actually do it. Tunnel! Give me a tunnel. I know we can. Why do I know that? Because I've already done it. There's the tunnel that I'm looking for. Cool. You just need the starting point of the tunnel. You don't need the rest. So now we can easily dig underneath the track that's in front of us, and we should be able to easily join back onto that piece of track. And we're going to readjust it a little bit. Just want to make sure that I'm connecting to the correct piece of track, which is the outside piece. That's good to know. Yeah, so now we're just going to go over here and get that connection. So far, so good. I don't want this little piece in the middle here to be underground if I can avoid it. So let's see what we can do here. If I tell you to be above ground, yes, that would look really good. Okay. Okay, you can't do it yet, but if you give yourself a little extra space, then you can actually make the tunnel in a way that makes sense for this thing, which is effectively probably right about there. Okay, get this one connected to the other piece. Got it. I mean, at this point, if you haven't figured out how I'm doing this thing that lets me extend or lets me set the tunnel exactly where I want it, then we probably are done with all that, right? Let's get this one. Get this one. Yes! Nice little embankment right next to the city, just to make sure that we can see the train when it goes through wherever it's going through there. That's what we needed. This piece of road has absolutely no purpose yet. And this piece of road, because A, you are a direct piece of road that goes straight to the thing that we're replacing with rail and better things, we don't actually want you. Let's get you out here, and then you just all the way in there. Very good. I was hoping that this piece can actually be our red one, because that looks good. That just looks good. That's just... I know that there's another red one on the other side already, but this just looks good. And then this... Are you going to leave the tunnel alone? You've done so much tunnel adjustments and bridge adjustments now that this is probably not necessary to do anything about. This one is surprisingly flat. Okay, you can leave that. We could dig into the tunnel a little more, but I don't think it's necessary right now. So, I think at this point, we have everything connected. Everything but one thing, and the one thing that's not connected is a depot. Where are you going to get the depot from? We have a choice. We can get a depot from right here, effectively connect up from here, get around like a circle and have like a quad crossover. I don't hate that idea because it's closer than the other things that we already have. So if we do a really long touch point here, actually, stop that. If you do this, yeah, now we're talking, and put double slip switches on every single piece of track, which is just 2 extra ones. You have a lot of connections because you can get to all 4 of these now. The only one you can't get to is this guy yet. And if you really wanted to, you can also force a connection onto that outside track, which we don't have to yet. We luckily do not need to do absolutely anything, but it would be cool if we did. I'm going to do this because it gives me a little bit more of an even connection to that piece of track. And then we can go in here. We don't care about the speed or anything else. This is just a connector piece. Make sure that you have a double slip switch in here. And then, yeah, this is obviously going downhill, but that's okay. Who is complaining? Harlow Presol. Harlow? Hello? Presol. Hello. You would like your road back? No problem. I have road for you. Would you like to take a longer route to the same destination that you had before? I'm going to give you a nice, crappy road. Excuse me. Go this way. There you go. Go uphill, and then you just join right here into a 90-degree bender, and that will get you connected. Just take the train instead. That feels good. I think we've done all the things besides public transport that needed to be done on this section, so that should be good, which means all I really have left now is get a couple signals in so we can tell the game that we're ready to get a couple trains on here. And what trains are we going to use? Oh, that's an excellent question because I have not looked into that at the slightest. I do know that I want to use about 180 km/h speed limits. I mean, that's the bridges that we have, so those are the choices that we've made. Everything else is too late now. And we'll see how that works. So yeah, just a couple more signals. We're almost there. The game is already like sluggish a little bit. Like, are you sure? Can we just be done now? I'm like, no, let me do this. Let me do this semi-okay because they're not right next to each other and someone's not gonna like that, but I'm okay with it right now. How many signals do you want on here? Honestly, you probably don't even want as many as I'm placing right now because then the self-spacing or the line spacing that the game handles for you in a way is a little quicker, but we can bunch them up just a little bit like we've done now. So that's good. We do not need a one-way to get in here, but we do want to make sure that we can get in and out with just a regular signal, so that's good. And yeah, now all that's connected. We can unpause the game so the cities can replenish the citizens they missed, they've lost. There's 1, there's 2, there is 3, and then there's 4 here. This is the Regional Express HAR 1. Actually, this is RE1 HAR 1. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. It's the first one. I copy that name because we're gonna do the same thing opposite direction, and this should help a lot with the traffic that we already have. It will probably overload us a little bit, and at some point I do have to find a worthy destination for the Harlow people, because right now they're really just trying to go to Backup and Marlborough, but Marlborough's buses. So now if we add a train on that, that will help, but they do need some better friends. Let's see, passenger-wise, we have Einheitswagen, which we're already using. We have the bi-level car, which we're already using. We have the BC and the the old Einheitswagen looks good. Well, okay, I don't hate this one for a regional train. Okay, what do we have for choices here? No. I would love this one. It does not have enough power to ever get up to speed. Like, this one needs a really long range, and if you have that much of a range, this one's not the best train to run that. So that's not gonna work. This one can go 200. I have a feeling... Use this one. Use this one for now, and we'll see how it works, because though this one and this one works really well together. We have a length of 160. In this case, just 116, so there's more than enough space on the places that we have. Let's buy 4 of these. 2 will go on the RE1, and 2 will go on the RE2. Yes, I see that there's another RE1, but that's a liar. And let's see how our train is looking. Speed it up a little bit. Move along. Come on, you can do it. But yeah, we have a new train, which is all we wanted. Also, this feels like we can adjust this to actually not go down in track. I'm going to do that because it looks a little sad the way it was dipping down just now. And we built something back here that is clearly going uphill. So if we just back this up a little bit, obviously replace the signals once we're there. But just back this up a little bit and pull it all the way back onto the track. You don't want to pull it onto the track from right here. That's annoying. Oh, there's a joinery going on right there. Okay. There's a crossover here. Yes. What are you going to do with this? You can't do the thing that you're trying to do. Okay. Let's fix this the right way. Got it. You're fine, you're probably not fine, and you are whatever you are. This piece can get white track, you go onto there. This piece also white track. I will run you all the way up to the station, because this should make our life a little easier. If we give you a crossing there, if you get your crossing here, just the 120 should be fine. Actually, you should have done that one last, because this is the one that you actually want to connect to this thing. Yes, yes it is. So we're going to take that one out, and then we're going to take this one out again, because we just added them. Then let's find out what the sweet spot is, which is probably right around here. Then run this one out from there. Okay, can't do that. Where's the thing? There's the thing that you can do. Okay, let's take that one out. Nope. Take this one out. Yes. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted. It's a little bit not perfectly aligned. Like there's a little like swan neck in here almost, but I think we'll be okay. So that one can go in there. This one can come in here. You technically need to connect to other things, which you can do right there. This one still needs a way to get over onto this side, which we can clearly do because we have this now. We have the triple magic. We should have triple magic. Okay, well, if you take this one back, can you get triple magic? Because it'll be worth it. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Make it as long as possible, because I think that will increase our chances to get this one connected where we want it. And there's a collision right here. I'm umming and hawing. Okay, is there any... Oh, yes. Okay, good enough. And then with that in mind, where do you want to go? I wouldn't hate if you try to go in here, but obviously it's not your thing. I think this one can actually connect up into here. It's not like this is the most important piece of track, but I wanted to try it anyways. It's not doing it, so Control Z? Control Z, anyone? Nope, you have to do it again from nothing. Well, if you do this, you may still have a chance to go in there. Nope. Oh! Okay, take this piece out. I would like to get this in here. For no particular reason other than I want to. Obviously, it's not really going to work, so we're going to use what we can get. And then we're going to get this connected again where it was. Is there any place at all where you will let me do this again? Or earlier was just an exception to the rule? I think you're being greedy. Yes. Yes, I am. I know that. Okay. Last time. Do this one again. Make it as long as you can. Yes. Then take this one again. Make it as long as you need to. Oh, it won't even let me in. Oh, come on. We just did this. Aww. If I try from here, any other feelings? Nope. If I try from further back, any other feelings? Nope. If I try on this side, any other feelings? Nope. You got greedy. It actually let you do it, and then you just ignored it and were like, no, I can do better. I want more. And that's how you get in this situation. Let's make this as long again as it was earlier, because I think this is what it was last time. And you lost it forever, buddy. I did. You gonna try it one more time, and that's it? Sure, if you say so. I saw a glimmer of hope with that little pink where I was highlighting. It made it look like it was a solvable problem, but no. Okay, well, if you don't play along, the yard track is not really the most important one that we care about here. So what we're going to try to do is just run from here. No, how about run from there? Where do you want to connect to? Not in there, that's for sure. Okay. Actually, instead of going there, how about you go all the way over here? Yeah. Now you're talking. And then we can flip this one over to a double slip, and then you can go wherever you feel like going, and everyone should be relatively happy. Track there, oh, signal there, a couple signals here. And I think there was already a signal on this side anyway, so just put one here because this one is in a ridiculous spot. Got it. Cool. Good job, everyone. Yeah, you should be able to get home. No red beacon of doom. That's always a good thing. We have this atrocity peeking out. It looks like someone's just trying to build a mountain here for no apparent reason. But I do like the steep sides that we have on these places. So that feels good. Marlboro people. Manage vehicles. Sell all. Yes, thank you. We could use them for the public transit, but no. We need Sopeth. Sopeth, you have no vehicles anymore, which is totally fine. Manage you, sell you. Yes, please. And then the last one, we should have some Prez, Marlboro, managed vehicles. Excuse me. All of them. Thank you. Sell. Get out of here. Cool. Then we manage the line. This one goes away. Then we manage this line. This one goes away. And then we manage the last line. I know that there's an eyeball here that we could also use, but this is more guaranteed because it actually highlights the right thing right there for me. Beautiful. So all that's taken care of. Kind of. Our train should be doing something. Kind of. No, you were holding them in the depot for way too long, so they couldn't do anything actually, and that is your fault. You are right, but we are done. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed some of this, and we lost a little bit of money maybe potentially, and that's good. Ooh, that's the first train going the other way. That is good stuff. Yeah, there's another train coming in right here. This is what we come by for, right? These are the things that we're doing. This is how I do my screenshots in case you were curious. Sometimes they look better than other times, and you can usually run your game forward, but there's some things missing. Unpause again. Yes. We'll find a screenshot that will be worthy of what we just did, like right here. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. We'll do a ride along here on that train. That one right there. My camera is actually set up in a way that makes sense with the way I'm pointing at it. Because I'm pointing right at the train, it also looks like it for you. So that's good. Let's get my screenshot and tell you thank you so much for watching. That was nice. I hope I don't have to take another 30-day... close to 30-day break between episodes because you cannot remember anything. I can't, at least. And that is quite annoying. It's a little bigger than what I wanted. Thank you so much for watching. I will have some streams coming up between Christmas and New Year. 4 streams, Thursday, Friday after Christmas, and then Monday, Tuesday, the following weekend. I don't know what games there will be yet. It's possible that Transport Fever is in there this season because it fits right into the thing that I want to do. So that will be fun. But either way, much appreciated, and I will see you again next time. Let's hop back here. Cool. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.